Don Bosco's first chapel, the place where the Salesian family began, was destroyed, erased from history. Just wait until you hear what happened to this sacred place.
The Miracles and Prophecies of St. John Bosco, a project of America Needs Fatima. I'm your host, Adrian Fonseca. Subscribe for new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Welcome to the Miracles and Prophecies of St. John Bosco. I'm Adrian Fonseca. These videos exist to share timeless wisdom from St. John Bosco that can transform your spiritual life today. The very place where Don Bosco's visions first came to life, where boys first prayed together, where the Salesian mission was born, it's gone. It vanished from the earth. And that raised a question to me that might resonate with you. What sacred things in your own life might disappear if you don't protect them today? And later in this video, I'll tell you about something meaningful that you can do to keep Don Bosco's mission alive and how it can transform your own prayer life in ways that you might not expect. But first, let's step back to where it all began. Picture this: a crooked farmhouse, 60 feet long, only 18 feet wide, doors and windows on just one side, a staircase that creaked with every step. This is where Don Bosco and his first helpers lived. They ate their meals in a small rectangular room with only one window providing light. Above them, 4 tiny rooms opened onto a sagging wooden balcony. One building, which had been a stable housing animals, now housed many people. And behind the house, the chapel. It was so small that boys standing on a bench could actually touch the ceiling beams. Some would scramble across the tiles like it was a playground and jump to the ground without getting hurt. That's how low the ceiling was. And what was once a woodshed got converted into a space near the altar for the clergy and choir. Behind that altar was a statue of the Mother of God, who watched over everything. A majestic wooden crucifix hung above the door, blessing everyone who entered. Now, near the entrance, a small statue of St. Aloysius Gonzaga, the patron saint of purity, stood on a niche. On many occasions, Don Bosco carried that statue in processions through the winding streets of Turin, promoting devotion to purity. The oratory was poor, it was rustic, it was fragile, but it was sacred ground. The crowds of young people grew. Don Bosco tore down walls here, added columns there, pushed the altar further back, creating space for a choir. The boys helped build their own chapel. Sweat, joy, and sacrifice. It was a family at work. The grounds covered nearly 3,700 square meters. Trees provided shade, a small stream flowed through it. Don Bosco built swings, installed gymnastic equipment, even created an outdoor stage for plays. His genius was in combining holiness with joy and purity, all aimed at protecting innocence. In 1846, Don Bosco signed the initial contract. The dream appeared secure. Walls were rebuilt. Green gates were painted. Courtyards were enclosed. Everything seemed permanent. But here's when tragedy struck. What Don Bosco and his boys worked so hard to build, history would erase. What he fought to preserve, time would demolish. Now here's what happened. You would think that Don Bosco's first chapel would still be standing today, like a monument to where it all began. But it doesn't. It was destroyed, torn down. The sacred space where Don Bosco prayed, where boys sang, where Our Lady was honored, it no longer exists. The very birthplace of Don Bosco's mission vanished. Not through war, not through persecution, through neglect, through abandonment. Over time, this once holy place was erased from the face of the earth. So why does this matter? Because it teaches us something vital. What is fragile can be lost. Not even a place as sacred as the oratory is guaranteed to last, unless it is protected, nourished, and handed on. The chapel fell. Over time, the walls disappeared. The sacred place was destroyed. And there's another side of the story. The building was destroyed, but the mission endured. From that fragile chapel rose a global movement that continues today. God allowed the walls to fall so Don Bosco's mission could spread beyond them. Yes, the first chapel is gone, but Don Bosco's spirit, his passion for protecting young souls, for defending innocence, for bringing youth to Christ, that lives on. It lives on in every Catholic willing to fight for what's sacred. It lives in every heart that refuses to let holy things slip away. And that's exactly why I want to share something important with you. There is a way that you can help ensure that Don Bosco's mission never disappears. And when you do, you'll receive spiritual benefits that can transform your daily life. I'm talking about becoming a monthly promoter of St. John Bosco. Here's what this means for you. Your intentions, the things you're praying for, the people that you're worried about, the struggles that you're facing, they will all be included in a daily traditional Catholic Mass and our daily rosaries. Don Bosco poured his life into saving souls. Now we can continue that mission together. To become a monthly promoter and receive these spiritual benefits, visit the link in the description box down below. Your support helps us to create videos just like this one and spread Don Bosco's message to thousands every week. The loss of Don Bosco's first chapel serves as both a warning and a fulfilled prophecy. We can lose everything: buildings, traditions, even sacred spaces if we don't guard what matters, if we don't protect what's holy, and we don't fight for our faith. We must remain vigilant. Physical structures crumble, stone and wood decay. But the spiritual mission, when carried in faithful hearts, becomes indestructible. Don Bosco said, "Do not put off till tomorrow the good you can do today." The chapel may be gone, but the mission remains. The question is, will you be part of carrying it forward? And speaking of Don Bosco's first chapel, here's a beautiful story about the very first Mass that he celebrated there. It's a moment so touching that it brought tears to the saint's eyes. Click the video on your screen right now to watch Tears of a Saint, why Don Bosco wept during Mass in his first chapel. In that episode, you discover the profound moment when Don Bosco's dreams finally began to take shape on December 8th, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. Don't miss it. Click it right now. Thank you for joining me today. St. John Bosco, pray for us. May God bless you, and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. God love you.